Swing and a drive, left field, get up, oh, get out of here, and
All right, Nate. In the history of this podcast, we've had some eras. We've had the Bradley Zimmer era. We've had the you joining us era, and we had a recent one that now just ended. The era of Wes Parsons.
It's a sad end to an era.
Dude, he got DFA'd, and I was just like, okay, that makes sense. And then he gets traded to Cleveland, I believe, is the team. Like,
honestly, I like that we got international signing bonus money out of it. I think that's really useful for.
And I didn't put it in the rundown, but I think they're using that money to sign like a 20-year-old Cuban outfielder who's like 6'4" and hits tanks. Like,
perfect.
So, baby steps. We're good there. But yes, everybody, welcome back to the Flight Deck podcast. As you can probably tell, someone isn't here. Brant, piece of shit.
Let's just make it clear, he could have been here too, but
he
wanted to stay in Montreal longer.
Yeah, but he was at the two most recent Jays game. No, well, two of the three most recent Jays games. Yeah, and then decided to go to Montreal for reasons. But yeah, go ahead, Brant, live your life, I guess. But yeah, we have a lot to talk about. Like, it's 6 games, Yankees and Mariners.
Yeah,
and they win 3-3 in those games. Yeah, 3-3 because they won. Yeah, but like, where to start? Like, impact players of the week, I guess, is where we start. And I get first pick this week. And it just so happens that the guy with the highest average on this team in the last week, we are recording on his goddamn birthday. So my impact player of the week is birthday boy Kevin goddamn Biggio, hitting 412 on a 6-game hit streak. Nate, I know you hate it.
Honestly, he's been great. Like, how can you hate it? He's hitting in the 5-hole right now.
Excuse me. What is?
I have not once said I don't like Kevin Biggio.
Is a Kevin Biggio slander-free episode from Nate? What?
Yes. on this current team, where in the past week, let me pull this up here real quick.
There's 3 guys hitting over 250, which is crazy. But
let's go with 4 guys hitting under 200. One of those is Servant, so that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
If 200 and under, 4 guys, because Kirk is hitting 200. Do you want to know who those 4 guys are? Can you guess them, Connor?
I have it pulled up, but I kind of. It's not great.
It's not great when it's Vlad, Kiermaier, Kirk, and Varsho.
Which is your 2, 6, 7, and 9? Like,
Varsho's already played his way to the 5-hole.
Yeah, that was fast.
To the 9-hole.
Yeah, but somehow he's hitting worse than Kevin Kiermaier. He's deemed worse than Kevin Kiermaier in the lineup construction.
I don't know.
That makes no sense. But yeah, Kevin Biggio hitting a miraculous 412, 1,000 OPS this week, and like, he's doing the thing. So I'm happy with that. But Nate, who's your impact?
I think I got to go with Brios again. I didn't go with him last week. I know one of you two did.
Brant did, yeah.
He's been really good. Like, it's kind of hard not to. He's pitching like an ace.
I'm loving my Cy Young pick.
I was gonna say that. I thought of that today. Amazing pick. I don't even care if he keeps up this pace. I hope he does, obviously. But please. Like,
yeah,
we get Gossman back and like healthy, where we know he can be. And you have Brios slotting into the 2. Like, Kikuchi had a tough first start, wasn't it? Sort of Bassett, but like, they're both fine.
Yeah, both had good games.
Manoah's supposed to be starting in AAA today or tomorrow, I think.
Yeah,
so hopefully he's
after his A-ball start is kind of funny, but optically it's funny.
Apparently, he was happy with the process, and the Jays were. So I don't know, but Brios has looked really good so far this year, and I think that's been a, I don't want to say like a pleasant surprise, I guess, because we knew he could be good. But
he was good last year, but like, he's
looking a lot better right now. A lot better than last year. I think we've won all 3 of his starts, if I'm not incorrect?
Yeah, because he
Wasn't it
started opening day.
it was
The
the Schneider walk-off, or not walk-off,
was
but
that the
two-run
Schneider?
bomb, I think.
Yeah,
'Cause he only gave up one
that was the
run.
Schneider
Yeah.
walk off. Yeah,
And then he started
home opener.
home opener.
So like, please just be good. And Kevin Gosman get healthy, I guess, is the best way.
Yeah.
We can kind of start there because that was like the one glaring.
Can I do one other thing first?
Okay,
Just because I still have the stats pulled up. I have
okay.
the entire year. We have two players tied team lead in RBIs. Can you guess who they are?
I'm gonna just guess Justin Turner.
No. He is tied for third.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Well, there's two guys tied at one, so he's
He's third. Okay. Is one of them IKF?
no.
Thank God. Uh, oh, David Schneider, probably.
Davis Schneider in 22 at bats has 7 RBIs.
The fact that 7 RBIs is leading this team,
Yeah.
like, and the other guy is Alejandro Kirk.
Yep.
He only gets RBI hits. Like,
It doesn't make sense, but
it does. Like,
I also heard today that we do not, I think it was Baseball's dad said it, we don't have a home run with a runner in scoring position yet this year. Only team in baseball.
I'm really trying to think now.
We don't.
But Vlad was solo. Like, oh, I'm trying to think of all the multi home runs. Like, Davis was Varsho on first. Bose a couple days ago was a guy on first. Like, oh my.
Yeah, this team.
I hate
this,
knowing stats.
This team is in a weird spot.
But they're hitting bombs, which is great as opposed
They
to
are.
last year. But yeah, on to the Yankees series. Like, I don't know what to take out of the first game because they were shit until a Yankees pitcher decided to be even more shit and throw 3 wild pitches in the ninth inning. But
I honestly I don't remember that game at all.
I
It was a
like
day game. It was a day game. I think I missed the
yes,
whole thing I was working.
it
Yeah.
was a day game, but like Kikuchi was pitched, he pitched fine. Like they used the literally the only guys they can use right now is Kikuchi, Jimmy, Tennesis, Richards, and Green. Like that's just the guys. The only people you
Didn't
can use.
Richards have a big clunker here later in the week at some point?
I mean, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me.
I don't remember. It was one of the home games, I think. He
Uh,
came in and looked real bad.
I think it was the 5-3 game. He came in and he came in and gave up the home run to Haniger that made it 5-3.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, he's been okay. Like, and then the second game, warning signals galore with Kevin Gosman. Like he hit 94 like twice and then just was like 91, 91, 92. Like,
So I don't remember it and I don't remember where it was, but apparently he had a very similar start this time of year in a cold weather city last year. I don't remember who it was against, but like velo way down, like almost the exact same thing. Not as many runs and
like just damage.
he went a little longer, but like bad.
I do remember that. I just don't remember who it like against.
I can't remember who it was against.
Like, but that sounds about right because I definitely remember him having velocity issues. But damn, did this velocity like bite them in the ass? They went down 6-0. Like
In the first,
in like the first
wasn't
two,
it first two innings?
2 innings. He went because Gosman
He
went an
went
inning and a third.
two-third.
Inning and a third, inning and 2/3. And then they were down 6-0 and then just started chipping away and then made it 9-8.
That game was wild.
And this is where, and I don't want to bring this up, but this is where the magical, mystical Vladdy shush the crowd down 6 moment happened. And we don't need to get into it because we could be here for 30 minutes on it. But like,
good thing Brant's not here because we probably would be.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because like just if it's something a player does, regardless of score or regardless of venue, shut the fuck up about it. Like just simple as.
Who cares?
Like just simple as. Is it funny because it's in Yankee Stadium? Very. But you know what he also did like yesterday? He apparently, according to Yankees fans, he shushed the home crowd. Like, because it's always something to do with the Yankees fans. Like, there was something
Did you
else.
see
Oh, yeah.
the Wake and Jake?
Yep.
I didn't watch the Boba Fett interview, but like, uh, I watched it then. He looks kind of off. Like he does not look happy after that game. I'm not sure. Was it
There was a
yesterday's
win.
game?
It was the Kirby game. It was game 2 of the series when
Okay.
they won, and he had the bomb.
Yeah.
But like his whole thing, Jake's whole thing on that one was Boba Fett looks like someone died, and it's like Boba Fett is a person. He hates interviews. Like you could
He
just
also
tell.
like hardly ever shows any emotion. He's like super stoic in interviews and everything.
Right. The most emotion I've ever seen him show was after he hit like that mystical home run he had against the Rays. Like I think it was a couple of years ago. But like other than that, he's just stone faced. He's the opposite of Vlad. Like
Yeah.
as far as emotion. But yeah, and dumb Yankees fans. Yeah, you're dumb Yankees fans if you think like anything other than what it was. So
Yeah.
and then we'll just go into game 3 quickly. Bowden Francis. Huh, yikes.
Are we done with
Man.
Bowden Francis?
I
Like
hate to say it, but
I don't mean done. Like I think he's can
at the
be effective
starting
in the pen, but I don't think Bowden Francis is a starter.
no, he's not. He's not, and it's very
Honestly,
obvious.
look at the way this week's set up. Goss is supposed to go tomorrow.
Yes,
Is that right?
It's Goss, what should be Bowden, and then Barrios for the week. Like,
But we had the off day. We have the off day today.
yes, you
You could go
could.
Brios on regular rest and put Bowden in the
Yes,
pen
and then
and
Bassett game 3.
see how Manoa's start goes, or Yariel at this point. Like I don't know. Maybe Espino, but Bowden Francis, it doesn't look
Yeah,
like he did in
scratch that.
spring.
We didn't talk about that. Bowden Francis got called up, but the official new
No,
era of the
Paolo Espino got
Paolo
called up,
Espino
not
season.
Bowden.
No, oh, sorry, that's what I meant. Wes Parsons got sent down, but Paolo Espino season, we spoke it into existence. Like,
Why not? West
dude,
did not look good.
like, oh man, but it like he just gives up. I think he's given up like it feels like he's given up 8 home runs in his 2 starts. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I don't know what they do. Like he's definitely a useful piece and would be nice in the bullpen, but like if they want to see him as a starter, you kind of got to send him AAA.
yeah,
I don't know if he has options. I think he does, right?
he for sure does because I think he has 1 left. But
it,
do you go Mitch White? Like, do you go Paolo Espino?
I don't know what you do. Honestly, like
Yeah,
if it was up to me, I'm sure they need this off day, but like you can go Jose Barrios on regular rest
yeah, you easily could.
and just go everyone else on regular rest and deal with this
Like next
almost
week.
a week from now. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think their goal is Manoa. Is Manoa figures it out and he's up with the team. But
Well, if he's starting tomorrow, he'd almost slot in perfectly, right? So
he'd slot in perfectly. And then I think if all else fails, Yariel is your next guy. Because I think he's up with the team no later than the start of June. Like, depending on injuries and everything.
I think it depends. I don't know what he had another good outing, did he not? But I don't know what he stretched out to. Did he throw again?
I think
I think he did.
He went 4 innings in his first one. It was like 55 pitches, but he was filthy. Like,
Yeah, like it depends whether based on the incentives in the contract, I think we talked about it, they clearly see him as a starter down the line, but do they see him as a starter this year if Manoa falters and Francis can't figure it out? Because that's probably your next best option. I don't want to fuck with Mitch White at this point. Like he's looked solid in the bullpen for what he's doing.
but other than
Just
yesterday,
leave it.
Other than yesterday.
Again, dig in, missed it. I don't know what he did.
No, you watched it. He pitched in extras. Mesa gave up the home run to Raleigh.
Oh, I stopped paying attention. I stopped paying attention.
Mitch White gave
after
up 3
Mesa
runs
fucked
after
up.
that.
Yeah, you're right.
If I'm looking at this correctly, Yariel went 2 innings. Like he went 2 1/3.
Yeah, I thought it was really short.
Because it's like his.
He
I know
threw a
he
lot
went.
of pitches. He threw
He
a lot
went.
of pitches.
Yeah, he went 4 in his first start and went like I think he had 55 pitches, and then he threw 37 in two in the third. He didn't give up any runs, so like he's also he walked one guy or two guys.
He's definitely gonna be a piece of this team. I think when he makes his debut is gonna be partially dependent on Manoah and what
Francis,
they see his role being.
and then Francis if he can. I think they give Bowden one more game, and if it's the Colorado Rockies, if he can't pitch well against the Colorado Rockies,
Yeah, that's true.
like because his first 2 games, Astros and Yankees, not like it's not a cakewalk, but
No,
but
I expect it better than
oh
what
fuck
he
yeah, like
showed. I couldn't tell you what his numbers were in either, but I know they were not good.
I know he went. The thing with the Yankees game was he was really good in the first 2 innings, and then he just command went out the goddamn window in the third, and then he gave up a grand slam to Stanton, and it was just all right, cool. But yeah, but the Astros game, he just gave up home runs like early and often.
Yeah, yeah.
Like so. But yeah, that was that Yankee series. Lost 2 out of 3. Love that every time we go down there and we have to hear them talk shit. But now we go into decent stuff, I guess. Mariner series when we got to look at the ballpark finally, and it's gonna take some getting used to with the high ass walls down the line, like. And
It's gonna take more getting used to with that fucking massive video board behind home plate.
like
It it like it's so distracting. It's
because I mean
huge.
the problem is they started the first inning was just bright neon green TD logo, like TD wall.
Yeah,
But like
it was a lot.
they
Even the
kept
red was a lot.
the red was a lot, but I think they went to like the score bet or something, or like one of the betting sites, and it was like blue, and I'm like, this is better. But like,
Yeah.
but even Brant showed us when he was at the game, it's not that obnoxious in person.
No, but it's where the camera angle's
It's fair.
from. Like, also, can we talk about the camera angle?
It's more off to the left. It's more off to the
It
right
feels like
and
it's
back.
way off to the left field.
It's pretty like
It's odd.
it's odd, but I can get used to that pretty easily. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, we got that. We got new walk up songs. I guess we can talk about that real quick. Like, did you say Dalton Varsho got a new one? Like, I missed this. Like,
I was watching, had the game, the pregame show on, and they were like, apparently he went to, I forget where the hell he went, somewhere in the Caribbean with, and met some guy I've never heard of, and they made a country kind of song for his walk up, and he was like part of the creative process by the looks of it.
um,
Yeah.
no, but I mean, it like, all
They
right.
played a little bit of it. It's not my vibe, and I'm a country fan.
I
But
need to find it somewhere because but that doesn't sound great. Like,
different, different.
different. But the important thing is David Schneider still walks out to the stroke, and like it's just a like, and
I love it.
Justin Turner comes out to Whitney Houston. Like,
What's his?
it's like it's like one of those like dubs or not dubstep, but like house music remixes of like Higher Love by Whitney Houston. It's not like it sounds. I'm terribly explaining this. It doesn't sound that bad. Like,
No, I can see that being good. I think I've may have heard something similar, but yes.
yeah. But this was the Jose Barrios versus Luis Castillo start. And coming into the series, if you told me that the Blue Jays would get to Luis Castillo, two of Luis Castillo, George Kirby, and Logan Gilbert after the week and a half of baseball that we saw, Jesus, but they did. So, like,
The boys are swinging, apparently.
dude, all they needed was some home cooking. Like, they just needed Vladdy's grandma to come with the Dominican food. Like, but like fucking like Babe Schneider's doing shit. Did you know that they're undefeated when Babe starts?
This year?
This year they're 5-0 when he starts.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
They're 1-7 when he doesn't. Hint, hint, wink, wink, John Schneider. Like,
Still
it's obviously like,
conversation from last week.
yeah, it's obviously like very like varied and shit like that, but like it's just funny that like 5 of their 6 wins he starts.
Yeah,
Like,
that's honestly wild.
but yeah, everybody was hitting. Bo was hitting, Turner was hitting, Vlad was hitting. Damn, already? That was fast. IKF IKF getting hits. Like, IKF's a good player now.
The three of us talked about this in our group chat last night, but like the hate he's getting from this fan base does not make any sense.
He's batting over 300 to start the like,
he's doing exactly what we wanted him to do. Granted, I don't think any of us wanted him to be our starting third baseman.
no, but like,
But this is what you wanted him to do. And who off the bench would you rather have in the lineup?
Ernie Clement. Like granted, like,
Hey, I like Ernie.
I do too.
I wish he'd get more playing time.
I do too, but like, if IKF is hitting, Cav is hitting, like, you're not taking Turner out of the DH spot. Like, the only person that you could argue taking out now is Kiermaier or Varsho, and they've been doing that. So,
and Schneider needs ABs too.
Yeah. So, and Vogelbach gets no fucking ABs. Or Serpent.
It's kind of the same as last year when we talked about the second base kind of platoon. You got to play the hot hand. I think you kind of just got to play the hot hand between IKF, Babe, Cav, Ernie, and kind of Varsho and Kiermaier too. Like one rotating through the outfield. Like pick your matchups, pick your battles you want, and there's ways to line it up that make sense. And I think honestly, I think Schneider's been doing a decent job of it so far.
It's not like it's not fireable offensive. Like, but the funny thing about this game was Jose Barrios, fucking phenomenal, gets pulled, and the loudest fucking boos I've ever heard in my life.
Granted, it was definitely from like from last year.
Oh, it was full blown PTSD from last year. Like,
he was like right around 100 pitches. He wasn't going longer.
He gave up like the goofiest like broken bat single over Vlad's head, and it's just like, God damn it. But like, that's just how it works. Yeah, they won that game 5-2. Cal Raleigh just hit a home run because
don't pitch to Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, dude, stop it. Especially at Rogers Center. Stop it.
Like, he has his most home runs against any team are the Blue Jays.
Yeah, and it's 9, and the next highest is like 6.
Yeah, and those are teams in his division.
Yeah, and we've seen him maybe 6 times. Like 6 to 10 times.
I don't get it. I don't.
Like,
it doesn't make
ridiculous.
Sense.
But yeah, next game was Bassett versus Kirby. Bassett was really good. They let him throw 115 pitches, which you never see that shit anymore unless it's Chris Bassett. Like,
most since like it was either I think it was 19 or 17. Marcus Stroman was the last guy to go more than that.
God, that is ridiculous. But yeah, Bassett was good. Biggio, IKF, Springer, and Turner both got 2 hits. This was the you watched this game, right?
Some of it. I missed the start.
Yeah,
this was the game to it on the radio
with the most wild at bat I've ever seen in my life. It was George Springer versus George Kirby, and Dalton Varsho wasn't first. The at bat went so long that George Kirby forgot that he stepped off twice and balked and let Dalton Varsho go to first.
Yeah, I was listening to the radio on that when they were talking about that.
Like, George Springer fouled off like 8 pitches, then fucking hits a single, and it's like, just that, please. And then Bo shits on a ball. Like, IKF gets another double. Like, and then the Mariners hit home runs and then make it interesting. But Chad Green is, oh boy, Chad Green is Chad Green. But he got the save, which is the important.
When he's your 7th or 8th inning guy, and you can kind of pick your slots with him, when you've got Romano in the 9th and Swanson and Garcia as your other options for those innings, I think it's going to be a lot better.
Like, in a weird way, I feel like that Jimmy is the closer, but like not the closer. Like, he's the 3-4-5 guy. Like, at any point in the game.
It's kind of how I remember, like, I think it was late 2000s Blue Jays. Remember Scott Downs?
Oh God,
He was the best reliever on our team for years,
but
and
never.
he was always your 3-4-5 guy.
Yeah,
Never close. Same as kind of Andrew Miller when he was with Cleveland. I guess a little bit with the Yankees, but like you kind of need that shutdown guy too, which I think Swanee kind of was last year,
yeah.
almost.
But Jimmy's look filthy. Like the inning, I don't think you saw, but the inning he had, and we'll go into it now. The inning he had yesterday was, I think, the filthiest I've ever seen him. Like he was hitting nine. He was painting. He literally, like, I think one at bat went up and in paint fastball, went two seamer at 97 miles an hour down and away paint, and then slider in the exact same spot at like 86. And it was just, and I'm just like, this is, can he close more? Like, clearly it didn't
I
work,
think
but
what I've kind of learned from watching Jimmy is he's very streaky like a hitter, which you don't normally find with bullpen pitchers,
yeah.
which is kind of strange. But that like he goes through these runs where he seems like he's unhittable, and then
And
he
then
can't get an out.
that happened last year, but the streak at the beginning, it was the shit streak at the beginning of the year, and
Yeah,
he had like a 6 ERA to start, and you just could never get it down to
yeah.
like. But yeah, he was filthy. Kikuchi was great. Offense didn't want to do anything for him except a 460-foot Vladdy piss missile. Went into extras, and we will repeat: stop pitching to Cal Raleigh. Stop it. And
I don't know what he's got, but he's got something
because there
against the
was
Jays.
apparently there was like some comment that John Schneider made last year that I'm trying to remember, like about Cal Raleigh, and Cal Raleigh just took it personal. Like, and I can't remember it, but yeah, but yeah. Other than that, Mitch White came in. It was off of Tim Mayza. Tim Mayza was not great right now, but
Neither of the lefties are.
like I just don't. I feel like I barely see Hennessis. Like
Yeah.
we only see Hennessis when we're like down in the game. Like, but then yeah, Mitch White comes in, and then case closed, curtains. 2 out of 3, you move on to Colorado, which it's whatever. But
Honestly, you got to take that serious. Pitching was good.
yes, offense showed up for the most
I
part.
I missed yesterday's game, but like Gilbert's nasty, so he can just kind of do that some
Yeah,
days. Like there's guys who can do that, and
mm-hmm.
there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna full transparency. We are back now because Brant's an asshole. We're blaming Brant for this. We're blaming Brant. We had to take a quick pause. It's back in the old days for all our OG listeners. So a little bit of a rewind, but yeah. So where we left off, we were going to talk about Buffalo, because a lot of shit's going down in Buffalo. Ain't that right, mate?
Oh yeah, we got a lot of Blue Jays there.
Oh, cringiest shit we've ever. That was the cringiest 30 seconds of our podcast history. All right, but yeah. So Danny Jansen, Jordan Romano, Eric Swanson, and Alec Manoah are there. Danny Jansen, who to some, aka Brant, will be confused with Will Robertson,
The lefty
the lefty who wears
who
gloves,
wears batting gloves
like
and
it
doesn't have glasses.
doesn't have like yeah. But Danny Jansen's down there. He's 3 for 7. It's like 4. I think he has like 7 RBIs. Like it's dumb. Swanson and Romano are pitching. I think they pitch today or yes or tomorrow, and then
I think they're both pitching today.
yeah, they're both
I
pitching
think that
today
game already happened. So
as of recording, and then Alec Manoah is pitching. I think today,
tomorrow. I
tomorrow.
think it's tomorrow.
Yeah, so that's yeah. So pretty much that's what's going down with the Blue Jays. Please, Danny Jansen, come back because we need your hitting ability and not the
He's
black
gotta be
hole.
back tomorrow, right?
I
Like has to be back tomorrow.
I think it no later than Saturday.
Let's just bring him back tomorrow and sit Kirk's ass on the bench.
Yeah, we keep Brian. We keep Brian. Kirk has been so
Leading the team in RBIs somehow.
well because he had like 3 hits and they all were RBIs, and then he just in between that he just doesn't hit. Like
He's been interesting.
yeah. So that's all the J stuff we got. Now Nate, you wanted on our new weekly segment. It returns for a second week. The Sox versus A's watch, but it really should just be are the Sox in last place watch? And the answer I think is actually no.
Fact check that real quick.
I mean, we should because as of recording, the White Sox are 2-10, and the A's are 5-8. Like,
Do we know if Miami has won a game yet?
Miami is 2-11.
Ah, the Sox aren't in last place.
Yay! By half a game. But they probably will be. Because I guess we can just Nate, you wanted to ask me something about the White Sox before we started on the pod.
It's kind of both these teams. Bottom line, I think you guys are in a much better position. You already traded Cease though. Moncada, done at least until the All-Star break.
3 to
Could
6
be the
months,
entire year.
which could be his White
So that's
Sox.
not ideal.
Could be his White Sox tenure. Like,
But so I want to ask you, as a White Sox fan, would you trade Eloy and Luis Robert this season
oh
at the
boy.
deadline?
I think if you can with Eloy, you do it. Just because he's like he hasn't proven shit. Like at this point, I think with Luis Robert, you at least know that last year is there. I think you give him like another year, maybe.
But why is my point. How many years left in that deal? 3, maybe?
I think
4? I don't
it's
know how long he's been up. Like the premise of what I'm asking you is like would look at Juan Soto. Pretty well perfect example.
hmm.
Look at the Nationals trade to the Padres versus the Padres trade to the Yankees. 3 years of control.
Man.
They got CJ Abrams, Mackenzie Gore, and a
James,
boatload of other. Was
James
Wood in that?
Wood and Hassel.
So they got
Like a 4 prospects.
2 of their top prospects and 2 guys contributing to the major league team right now.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, would you rather? I just don't get why teams don't do it. Like
Mm-hmm.
your guys' window is not right now. It's not next year.
It's
I think it's years away. Honestly, at this point,
yeah.
like
But Robert, his contract, he has next year still, and then he has 2026 and 2027 are club options at 20 million.
so he starts getting more expensive too.
Yeah.
Um, I I get it. Teams want to have someone that you can come to the ballpark and see.
Mm-hmm.
But as a
But
fan, as a fan who's
you
not
can't
a
see him right
bandwagon
now,
fan,
dude.
why? He's hurt. Oh, I didn't
They
know that.
lost. They lost Eloy, Robert, and Moncada in the first 11 games,
That's a tough go.
and Moncada's done for 3 to 6 months. Luis Robert could be out for a couple months, and Eloy I think is out for like a month.
I'm just saying, like, at least you guys have assets. Like Oakland's fucked. They got nothing to trade.
Do you see the White Sox lineup right now?
But you have assets you
Okay,
can trade, is my point, and build your farm system. Like, as a fan, would you rather not have a boatload of prospects and be the Baltimore Orioles coming in with a bunch of guys in the same timeline coming up within a year or 2 of each other, coming into their primes together, and then you've got that 5 to 7 year window where these guys are all productive major league players making no money. You can add to it and supplement it. And then you go from there. Maybe you let them walk, whatever happens.
I would say you're not what you're saying is completely sound. It's as long as that owner is in position, it will not happen.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Nate, there's a reason that they're one of 2 teams that hasn't signed a $100 million contract.
And that's perfectly fine. But my point is, you're the team who hasn't done that. So trade them now, bring up a bunch of prospects in the same window, and you don't have to pay them. And then you can let them all walk if you want to. And you can supplement with 1 to 2 year, 3 year deals of guys like your fringe players. I don't know who, like your Chris Bassett, Yusei Kikuchi type signings to supplement.
Yeah, but also, I don't trust. I'm not trusting the. I know it's a new GM. I'm not trusting that their draft process. Here's some of their.
But it's not a draft. You're trading for
No.
prospects.
Well, also, the draft is you got to supplement through the draft as well, and you bring up.
No, I understand that.
Nate, their first round picks: Zach Collins, just name a few of them: Zach Collins, Nick Madrigal, Andrew Vaughn, Carson Fulmer.
Was Collins the one that came to us?
He was W man.
Right on.
Like,
like Nick Madrigal is a fine player.
But he was like a top 10 pick.
Was he? Okay, that's what I was gonna ask next.
Andrew Vaughn was like, I think the 4th overall pick.
Vaughn hasn't panned out like he was supposed to. That one's tough.
Like, if there is one saving grace in the White Sox season right now, it is the most unlikely player, a player that literally is hitting 3 for them now and he wasn't even supposed to be on the team. And it's Gavin fucking Sheets. Making 27 at bats, he has an 1100 OPS.
That's not bad.
Bad 3-stick.
That's not bad. But Crochet is the one that's starting, right?
Yes, and he's filthy.
Crochet and Kopech are both pieces.
That's a good starter. That's a good.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Good back end.
These are pieces that teams are going to value because they have control, and you can get that 3 to 4 prospect haul rather than the one guy you got to hang your hat on.
I agree with you. It's just like, God damn it. Fuck.
Flip side to this. There's a player on a team that is maybe contending this year. I don't know where they're at. They're in the same division as you, though. They look good so far.
Okay.
That is making way too much money. Is probably the worst contract in baseball. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Javi Baez?
Yes.
If you are one of these two teams, do you entertain trading for Javi Baez? You're gonna get prospect capital with him to eat that money, is what I'm saying.
What to say? I mean, it's not the worst idea.
What do you have to lose? Honestly, if you're the Tigers and you can get rid of his salary and you lose a top prospect, I don't know. It's not going to be like one of your top 5 guys probably, but
yeah,
maybe they throw in a couple 2 guys from 5 to 10 or something and it gets a deal done.
Yeah.
You add 2 guys to your farm system. You eat the money because honestly, who cares if you run Javi Baez out there every day or you have him sitting on the bench?
Mm-hmm. Nah, he's going to sit behind Paul DeYoung.
That's fine. He can. Honestly, he can play third base for you guys at this point. But you know what I mean? Like,
bro,
there's ways to get creative. Yeah. There's ways to get creative with it and like boost your farm system big time.
Nate, but Javi Baez has never been a Royal.
Was Paul DeYoung a Royal?
No, but dude, every fucking signing other than like Mike Clevenger and Paul DeYoung, they have played on the Royals at some point.
Soroka.
That's a trade. That's different. No,
they were in. Who's on your fucking team?
Put it this way: they were in on Salvador Perez for like the entire offseason. Never came through. They signed Andrew Benintendi 2 years ago. Brought in former Royal Nicky Lopez. Like, it's just.
There's more. I can't remember.
They were heavily linked to Whit Merrifield.
Did Eric Fetty play for the Royals?
Probably at some point. I know, but
I don't know. I think there's ways that these low budget teams can get creative and just bring in a haul of prospects at once.
That's the thing. They shouldn't be a low budget team.
No, they shouldn't be.
They should not at all.
But if you're the A's, why don't you entertain that? They're paying like $60 million right now. Apparently, they're gonna increase their budget when they go to Sacramento
by $10 million.
No, they said apparently the breakdown is they want to be like they're obviously dead last right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's year 1 in Sacramento, but like through Sacramento, they plan to be in the 130 to 150 range, and then by the time they get to Las Vegas, they want to be 170.
I'll believe it when I goddamn see it. Like,
I don't see it happening.
I
but
don't either. Like, but yeah, that was a great segue. A's are going to Sacramento. They're sharing the fucking stadium with a AAA team for 3 years.
Apparently,
Like,
it's not a new stadium either.
no, it's not. Like,
They're also
Dallas Braden pitched in it. That's all you need to know.
just going to be the A's.
They're not Sacramento A's. They're not Oakland. They're just the A's.
They're just the A's.
It's the reverse of Washington football team.
Yeah,
It
just
is the
A's.
it is the MLB A's. What the?
They're gonna just be the A's.
Fucking poverty. And they one hit. Side note, they one hit the Rangers today. Yeah.
Did they still lose?
No, they won 1-0. Like, God. All right. I mean, I guess that brings us. We're obviously in around the league already, but Ipe. I guess we'll go to Ipe. Pleads guilty to insert random amount of money here because do we have a specific number?
So it started at 4, right?
Mm-hmm. We knew 4 million was paid.
$4 million being taken out of someone's account to me is crazy.
Yes.
To Shohei, I'm sure that is not a lot of money, and that's fine.
That's a day at the office for Shohei. Like,
it came out yesterday, I believe, that it was $16 million.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's a fucking lot of money.
Yeah.
To pretty well anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the stuff coming out today, like you've seen all this Twitter stuff. I forget who. Like,
Bob Nightingale put out about 19,000 bets. The average bet was $12,800. Let's see. Total betting.
He won 140 million or something
and lost 180.
So, math here. There's $40 million unaccounted for here, right? Okay.
Yeah.
We're saying Shohei is out 16. So are you telling me that an interpreter has $24 million stashed in the bank that he is paying this bookie? Like, where is this $24 million coming from? Because this motherfucker is not going to be an interpreter and have that money.
No.
Or be still acting as an interpreter. I don't know what that was there. With $24 million in the bank. Why?
It makes no sense. Like, what?
Things don't add up.
They don't.
I'm not saying Shohei's guilty.
No, that's out. We can throw that out the window. Shohei is not the fall guy for this, or Ippei's not the fall guy.
I think there's a lot more behind the scenes that we don't, that we haven't gotten to, and I don't know if we're ever gonna get.
No.
But the fact that he stole $16 million from your account and you didn't realize, like, come on, that's.
Dude, I'd notice if someone stole, like, granted, completely different tax brackets here. I'd notice if someone stole like $50 out of my bank account. Like 16 million?
Yeah.
Like
I can't wrap my head around it, and it doesn't make sense. None of this has made sense from the start, from
not at all.
Shohei loaning him the money to pay off a loan, or to pay off the debt,
to then it being stolen 12 hours later. Like,
and it was only 4.
Yeah.
How did we get from 4 to 16?
Yeah. And then Ipe, and we go from Ipe.
And where the hell is this other $24 million?
Like, I'm not gonna say positive. The only thing that came out of this really was that nothing was baseball. Nothing was on baseball. Which, like,
don't think it matters at this point.
No, it doesn't, but it's just
motherfuckers going to jail.
Long time jail. Like,
honestly, at this rate, I feel like next week there's going to be a whole new crop of information coming out that makes less sense than what's already come out. Because I don't know.
Dude,
we do not know the full story. I don't know if we ever will.
No.
But there's some fishy shit going on here, and none of it makes sense.
Yeah. Just side note, imagine if he was here and all this happened. Oh boy. Fucking talk about a nightmare, dude. Like,
It's a very strange situation.
yeah, to say the least. You know what's even more strange or just more infuriating? The amount of goddamn injuries. Like,
They're not just like small injuries either.
no. Like, we can just go into obviously, like, we already spoke about Luis Robert, Moncada. Moncada might be done for the year. Robert's out for months.
I'm on Kata for a second. Free agent at the end of this year.
Yep.
What do you think he gets on the market if he doesn't play?
I think it's sad to say. I think he gets like what Tim Anderson got, like 5 million for a
Yeah.
year. Like, but like he was hitting, like he was other than Luis Robert, he was the White Sox best hitter in the first 11 games. Like,
He has like a 724 OPS or something
mm-hmm.
since 2020.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure around there.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts. And he's also been hurt all the time.
Yeah, I remember in 2020 he did get like long COVID effects, which kind of did mess him up for 2020 and 2021. And then 2022 he was pretty good. 2023 he started
Honestly,
great, got hurt. Like,
I'm thinking more about this. Maybe you guys should just hold on to your guys and let them walk and take the comp picks. Because Kopech and Moncada for sale, not looking so hot right now.
no, it's really not. Like, it should have looked so much better. 2019 Yoel Moncada is like I miss.
Wasn't that
Like,
the only year he was good?
it was his by far. No, he was good in 2021, but like that was like by far his best year. Like, but yeah, he's gonna get the Tim Anderson money, like, which sucks. Hey, Blue Jays, just purely for me.
No, 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 no,
He's a
no,
switch hitting
no,
third baseman
no,
who plays great
no,
defense.
no, no, no,
Come on.
no.
Fair, fine.
I'd rather have IKF.
You don't believe that.
Yes, I do.
You don't believe that.
Yes, I do.
All right. All right, and then you can go into the Trevor Story out for.
That looked bad.
It did, man, because he's out. He had got shoulder surgery, and now he's probably out for the rest of the year.
He
So
like broke his shoulder.
on like a dive play, like
It wasn't even like it wasn't like
like
diving out in the air. He was like diving back on a ground ball. I don't.
yes, it
I'm not
was.
doing a good job describing. It's not like a fly ball where you're diving flat out, like
Yeah, it was a ground
midair, and
ball.
you can
Like you could
see
just
it. It
slide
was a
on the
ground
ground,
ball that he kind of was sliding for it. It wasn't like watching the play happen.
and then finding out what like I thought he just like dislocated his shoulder,
That's what they said originally.
like, but
Watching it happen, it didn't look like a play you should get injured on,
mm-mm.
or you would think a guy gets injured on. But
Or if
that,
anything, you he leaves the game and he plays like 2 days later. Like
yeah, honestly, too bad for him because he
he's
cannot stay healthy, and he was an exciting player when he was in Colorado. He's kind of a
he had
shell
that
of himself now. Like
he had the 1 month in Boston where he had like I think he had like 30 RBI in like a 1 month and just can't stay
I
healthy.
I don't know. Like shoulder surgery doesn't seem like something fun to come back from and
Yeah.
easy to swing after. I don't
No.
think, but here's hoping because honestly, I don't like the Red Sox, but this team isn't sh that team is in shambles right now.
Like the starting shortstop is Romy Gonzalez. Exactly. You can see you're trying to think of who that is. Exactly. He's
It
a
should be Rafaela.
it should not. Well, they love him in center field. Like, so it's
Yeah,
not
but
gonna
you
move.
have Duran, Yoshida, O'Neill.
They're
They have
Yoshi,
another prospect, don't they?
Abreu. They are making your like they're making Yoshida avoid the outfield like the plague. They don't want him touching it. Like,
Is he that bad?
I don't think he's that bad, but like, but then we can get into the pitching injuries, and I don't even have all of these listed. But Shane Bieber out for the season with Tommy John.
It's another tough one because he's a free agent at the end of the
And
year.
he started amazing.
He was
Like,
looking good, man. Could have been a huge trade chip for Cleveland if they fell out of it. Like,
mm-hmm.
I think he probably gets because he'll miss probably half of next year, right?
Probably a month or two.
I see him kind of in the 2-year
He seems like a
30
Brandon.
range, maybe.
He seems like the Brandon Woodruff deal.
Yeah, but Woodruff's apparently missing all of this year. Like, so he should be back by the All-Star break, you would think, based on the timeline, kind of.
Yeah, fair.
30, 35, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. And then
When healthy, he's easily a $25 million pitcher, I'd say, probably 20 to
yeah,
25.
Jonathan Loaizaga, I think he also got shoulder surgery. He's out for a year. Uh, Yuri Perez is getting Tommy John. Like, and let me look. Let me just figure out.
Framber's on the IL.
Framber's on the IL. Nick Pavetta went on the IL.
Yeah.
Josiah Gray went on the IL. Like, dude, there's a tweet. The tweet from Jay Hay like a couple days ago. All of the people that started like have started on the IL or got placed on the IL like pitchers. Josiah Gray, Nick Pavetta, Jonathan Loaizaga, Framber Valdez, Shane Bieber, Spencer Strider, Yuri Perez, Sandy Alcantara, Jacob DeGrom, Tyler Mahle, Jordan Romano, Anthony DeSclafani, Luis Garcia, Jose Urquidy, Giolito, Bradish, Robbie Ray, Felix Batista, Shane McClanahan, Shane Boz, Jeffrey Springs, Rasmussen. Like these are really good pitchers that are just done.
It's an epidemic, man. Like something's going on. I forget the doctor they had on FT the other day, and he did a really good explanation of it. I don't know if you listened to that, Connor.
I have not yet, but I did hear.
He attributes a lot of it to the uh, massive horizontal movement pitches. He was citing the sweeper and the power change, um, because they're not pitches you can't throw. They're pitches you have to throw max effort every time because of how hard you have to grip the ball to spin it that hard.
Mm.
You have to throw max effort for it to be
I
effective.
don't think I'm thinking about that now. Like, pretty much all of those guys have one of those two pitches.
I don't think Strider does.
Strider has like the change up. Like,
Is it the crazy changeup though? I thought he was like fastball slider mostly.
yeah, but he also has like
But
change up, but
it's
still, like,
it's kind of like, do you remember the crackdown on the sticky stuff
oh yeah,
years ago? And the
what?
Tyler Glasnow interview right
Yeah,
afterwards,
where
where
he's
he said
like,
he went off of it. He never felt pain like he did before because you have to grip the ball differently and harder.
yeah,
Honestly, it's to a point where I think MLB needs a regulated
sticky.
substance that you
Yeah,
put on the ball. Is it Korea or Japan that has it?
I think Japan, no, Korea does it. Like they put their own like already rubbed up and with their sticky stuff, like, and it's
Man,
just
if I'm a hitter and a guy's got 99 in the tank and a wipeout slider, that's nine guys are throwing 90-mile-an-hour sliders nowadays.
dudes are throwing 92. Like I think it was Edward. I think it was Edward Cabrera, Yuri Perez. They're like a 94-mile-an-hour changeup. Like,
But you know what I mean? Like if guys have that in the tank, I would rather them have tack and know where the ball is going
yeah.
and have it end up in my ear because they don't have a good grip.
Mm-hmm.
And gripping a baseball is not easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like uh, never thrown anywhere near 90, never thrown a pitch that moves 24 inches vertically or
Mm-mm.
horizontally.
Nope.
I could not imagine trying to do that.
I don't, and I hate to do this. I don't want to wish injury on this player, but Jordan Hicks, I don't know how he's like remained relatively healthy. Knock on wood. Like,
Yeah.
like it's insane.
It seems like a lot more of these injuries are guys throwing those breaking pitches that seem to have so much emphasis on,
Spin.
well, and it's because all wrist rotation, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to have massive wrist rotation, hard grip. I don't know. It's not good on your elbow. Like
Not at all.
kids are
Like,
throwing breaking balls and stuff like that younger and younger. Got high school kids throwing mid to high 90s now. Like your arm's not built to do that.
no, it's not at all.
It,
Like, this is sad. Like, and that's, dude, I said like Chris Bassett threw 115 pitches right like this year. That's because he doesn't throw hard. He just fucking has so many pitches. Like,
no, and it's the team that comes to mind for me that drives me nuts with this is the Rays because they find
I
guys
read off a whole
and
rotation of guys that are like Tommy John.
honestly, but this is what they've done and has made them so good is they bring in these guys and they're like, hey, we can teach you a sweeper or this pitch that's going to break a ton and make you effective based on your arm path, slot,
Yeah. Or
tunneling,
hey,
whatever.
you had a good this. We'll make it better by making you like, and then a year later, out for a year, and then next guy we're all right. You fair
It's
changeup, perfect.
that's what they've built their pitching on for
Yeah.
probably about 5 years now. Is just interchangeable bullpen pieces and pretty well rotation pieces that they get max effort from. And honestly, I'm sure if you ask them, they know these guys are going to get hurt from throwing these pitches and they don't care
Oh, for
because
sure.
they're just commodities to them.
Yeah. Oh, we'll make the playoffs. Yeah, that's fine.
And hey, if I'm a fringe major leaguer or a Rule 5 guy that goes there and you know that's your option, you could hang out in the minors, excuse me, or you go there and they teach you how to throw something nasty and you have 2 good years and you make major league salary for it and maybe your career's done afterwards. I'm probably taking it.
Yeah. Like,
But MLB needs to seriously look into this because this is becoming an epidemic. And like the pitch clock hasn't helped, I don't think. I don't think it's the main cause.
no, but
Guys not having the time between pitches sometimes, I think also
yeah.
has helped, like not helped the situation.
Is that it? Like, it ends on a kind of a sour note, but I can't. I was gonna say shout out the Orioles for calling up Jackson Holiday, but fuck you. Like, you should have
Very
done.
strange because it's still before the threshold.
Yeah, and also they signed Tony Kemp to play him for 2 weeks to then DFA him
Yeah, I don't.
For Jackson Holiday.
It didn't make sense because they had so many infielders to begin with, but
Yeah.
good for him. I think he got an RBI last night, so
Yeah, RBI ground out. He did drop a pop up in the outfield, but
it,
okay,
that's not an easy play to begin
it's
with.
not, but it's just like that's the anti Jackson Holiday propaganda clip that's gonna be stuck out there forever.
I've kind of looked at it too, and it's a tough play because you're not ever taking that route as a shortstop, and that's kind of the thing with him never playing second base, that you're gonna run into plays like this, like shortstop on a play like that, you're going out the other way. Like it's not the same route.
Yeah.
The ball's cutting differently.
You'd be if you're going out that way, you're able to like look over your shoulder kind of, as opposed to just up and like kind of pray on it. Like, but
honestly, if he made the play, it would have been a hell of a play and would have been like a highlight reel. But
yeah, seriously. But yeah, I think that's all we got. Shout out to Brant for being an asshole to goofy, lovable self.
Will Robertson, Danny Jansen, same player.
Yeah, same player. So
even though one plays the outfield.
Yeah, one plays the outfield, one's a catcher, one's left-handed, one's right-handed. You know, one. But yeah, all the links to everything will be in the description. You can follow us there. Take care, and Bluejays. Could you just be over 500 by the next time we record? We recorded
that'd be great.
We recorded on an off day for you guys, okay? So hopefully we'll be back with the 3, depending on things. I know, but all right, yep. Take care, everybody, and peace.